This is Samantha Prowse-Holmes, the head coach of the Amityville girls basketball team, and you're watching the Tide Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Amityville Tide Basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And good afternoon. Happy Tuesday after a crazy snowstorm sweeps through the entire nation. Hopefully things will be heating up here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium as we bring you Amityville Tide Basketball as they take on the Islip Buccaneers. Should be a good contest between Amityville and Islip. These two teams met earlier in the season, and right now Amityville comes in with a 1-13 overall record, 0-12 in League 4 play. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers in fourth place currently, 9-4 overall, and 6-4 in League 4 play. Again, good afternoon, and thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm Matt Grice. I'm joined by Catherine and Melissa, and coming up in about 13 minutes, Justice Wright will have the call of today's game. So, first of all, how did you guys do yesterday? Crazy weather, right? Had a day off from school. How was everything with the snow on your end?
Well, yeah, I just spent time with family trying to finish all my work because the quarter's about to end soon too. So
as with me, I had a shovel. I'm tired. We just came back from midterm weeks last week, of course. And as Catherine was saying, finishing assignments as well.
Well, I like the studious nature of what you guys are bringing to the table. Let's get into it today a little bit. So Amityville, they've been working hard, they've been studying hard, they've been playing hard, doing everything they need to do. The results have not been there in the win-loss column. Every game they've been getting a little better. Of course, we know they have a new coach this year in Coach Sammy Perhalis-Holmes. But in Amityville's last game against Half Hollow Hills West, they had to travel to Hills West. Hills West, one of the better teams in League 4. And this was a game that was going to be very tough for Amityville, a game where probably, especially on the road, they weren't given much of a chance. They come up short, but they were close, and they put forth a very good effort, which is something that coaches talked about as being really important. Right.
As we can see on the first quarter, where Amityville had a strong start, where they were so into the game, they got straight into the point of what they wanted to do. As we move on to quarter 4 is where they also had the most parts, while in quarter 2 and 3
they didn't really have that consistency, and it kind of decreased more. This is also how it resulted with Amityville, the final score of Amityville having 50 with Half Hollow Hills of 56.
And also how the best ones on Amityville, Chapman scoring 17, Baptist scoring 12 points, and Williams scoring 10, which really helped them all work together to continue getting up to the score.
It's a great point. When this team has multiple players that can hit double digits in scoring, spread the ball around, and as we've talked about at times this year, actually be able to do it at the same time. Usually one player gets hot, cools off, then somebody else jumps in. But in this game where Amityville had to be at their best, you're absolutely right with those three players doing really well. I also want to bring up Anaya Hampton. So we've seen what she can do with her size down low with rebounding the ball. And a lot of times when she gets those rebounds, she goes up for second and third chance opportunities. She doesn't always convert. But in this game, she was very, very helpful putting up points for Amityville.
Right. Hampton, she just kept going into also trying to help out with the other team, with her other teammates that were also helping out everyone else.
Yes, as Catherine was saying, and Grace, Hampton is helping out more. It also shows her improvement throughout her years. As she said, as she's a senior now, which means it's her final season. So, of course, we really are expecting more from her in today's game.
And Senior Day, since you mentioned it, will be this Saturday as the Amityville Tide will host West Islip, and we'll have that game here for you on the Amityville Broadcasting Network to honor the seniors on this team, which include Jalil Aiken, Mercy Griffin, and the aforementioned Anaya Hampton. So yeah, she played a good role, but as you guys said, there was some issues with consistency. First quarter was very close. Second and third quarters, Amityville failed to break into double-digit scoring, but the fourth quarter they were at their best, falling short to half Hollow Hills West, 56-50. Even though they fell short against a team that's better than them in the standings in League 4, being able to play that well, especially to finish that strong against a better team, you would think would have to give your team some confidence moving forward.
Right, as if when halftime comes, having that small talk with them, making sure that they are mostly focused on the game and not distracted over something small, and which kind of helped Amityville at the end, where they actually thought what their coach said, and every time there was a small break, when they really started to be like, okay, this should be my game, I should show off my best.
I agree as well. But I feel that even though they kept consistent in second and third quarter, I feel that before starting first quarter, they should start off strong instead of starting off. They didn't start off bad, but I just feel like they should start off more strong, like shown in fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a theme that we've seen with the girls' team, we've seen with the boys' team, we've probably seen with all their opponents this year too, is sometimes you get inconsistencies of getting off to fast starts, or you get off to a fast start and then you dwindle away as the game goes on. And Coach Perhalis talks about the most important thing being effort, and we're going to hear more about that as our very own Justice Wright had a chance to speak with head coach Sammy Perhalis-Holmes a little while ago about the state of her team and today's upcoming game.
Perhalis-Holmes of the Amityville Tide girls basketball team. So, Coach, what were a few key points that you emphasized in practice leading up to this matchup?
Effort. I keep telling you that, but sustaining effort for all 4 quarters and giving your best. I mean, through the hard and the easy, you got to give your best effort.
What is going to be the main focus for your team once the game tips off?
Effort, rebounding, ability to score the basketball. So yeah, that's basically it.
Who recently has been stepping up as a leader for this team?
I'd say Jada. Jada has not just her scoring ability, but she's come into her own with rebounding. In the beginning of the year, she didn't really have an emphasis on rebounding, so she wasn't rebounding. But now she understands that she has to score, rebound, steal. It has to be a complete game.
And what does a successful night look like for your team, regardless of the scoreboard?
Effort. No easy baskets in transition. Don't get out rebound, and don't give up. Have a good effort.
Lastly, what do you hope your players learn from competing in games like this?
That they're capable of a lot more than they think. If they just stay the course, stick together, they'll be surprised of how much they can do if they're confident.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
And thank you very much, Coach Perhalis-Holmes, and Justice as well. Justice Wright will have the call in about 5.5 minutes. It'll be tip-off between the Amityville Tide and the Islip Buccaneers. But right now you are watching the pregame show here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, and it's time to get into today's game. The opponent, the Islip Buccaneers, mentioned before, they come into this one 6-4 in League 4 play, and their last contest took place this past Thursday as they hosted Hauppauge in a game where, Islip, they're the home team. They're one of the better teams in the conference, but for them, they're going to come up just a little bit short in this one.
Right, as we can see in Islip, where they started to have they stayed at this in the first and second quarter, where they stayed at the same points, and then throughout the halftime is when they really started to pick up the game and started to go quickly into it, where Hauppauge also slowed down and trying to pick up trying to match their pace, and
I do like to elaborate with Catherine how Islip started to have a more consistency towards the end, as that's something that, of course, Amityville needs more improvement, but we're also trying to see in the game today. This also, of course, the final score with Islip having a 40 and with Hauppauge having 47 did lead miserably for Islip, but on the bright side with Islip is that they did kept consistent. It was like a steady, consistent though. It wasn't too quick, but it wasn't too, yeah. Back to you.
And in Islip, we have Daniel guard, who scored 11, and Morin, who also scored 11 points, making their team on having points on the board and always trying to help out with their teammates.
Yeah, again, Islip falls 47-40. And it's interesting because Islip had a fourth quarter similar to what Amityville had in their last matchup against Hills West, where they were behind and they had a very strong fourth quarter. They finished the game strong. So both of these teams are coming off of losses where they played very well in the final frame. So we'll see if there's any carryover from those last contests. One of the things to talk about, you mentioned the two top scorers, the Guard and of course Morgan. But they were getting balanced scoring from all over the place. 9 points from Jane Tierney, and also Reese Wallace contributing 8 points of her own. 4 3-pointers in that contest. 3 of them belonged to Morgan. And Morgan, well, Amityville is going to have to watch out for her today, as she's one of the top players in Suffolk County.
Right, as let's say that there's a lot of defense from Amityville defending Morgan, then we should see if that it could be a good game for Amityville.
Morgan currently 23rd in Suffolk County in scoring, and she has been averaging 14.8 points per game. She has 33 pointers on the year, so something Amityville is going to have to watch out for is what she can do beyond the arc. And she also gets to the free throw line, 24 free throws. Amityville and Islip played each other earlier this year, back on December 18th. Both of these teams have matured since then. Amityville fell on that one 62-35. Not a strong showing for Amityville that day on the road.
Right, Amityville in the first and second quarter, where they started at a good pace, but not too good, where we see an increase in the third quarter, but then back down on the fourth quarter, where Islip and Amityville in the fourth quarter struggled to have the double digits again, because Amityville came back and started to defend on themselves, defend on Islip.
I do want to add on that, of course, this is last year, but we have seen recently about how Islip's last game and Amityville's last game, the both issues that we saw, that they both started having a great high points in the fourth quarter. And what are we trying to see today from Amityville is, will they be in the lead and having high points in the second and third quarter, in which that's something that Islip didn't have in their previous game, as well as Amityville.
So in that last game when they played each other, Baptiste had 17, Chapman with 13. Amityville's going to need both of those, plus Anaya Hampton to step up today. Guard and Morgan each had over 20. So can Amityville slow them down? Real quick, 10 seconds each. What are your keys for Amityville's victory today?
My keys is to see if Amityville will go straight into the games, making sure that they are on top of the lead and making Islip work for their points.
My key for Amityville is more defense, as of course we have, and I say Morgan, one of the third place all counties.
And we are about 35 seconds away from starting lineups and tip-off. Justice Wright will have the call right after this, as it's the Amityville Tide versus the Islip Buccaneers. Tip-off is next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Hi, this is Alan Hahn from ESPN Radio and MSG Networks, and you're watching the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
The wait is over. It's time for the opening tip. Amityville Tide basketball starts now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome to the Amityville Broadcasting Network for our coverage of the Amityville Tide girls basketball team facing off against the Islip Buccaneers. This game is already about to get started, so we'll be going over our starters for both teams. For the Buccaneers, it'll be number 5, Grace Ryan, number 14, Jane Tierney, number 23, Abigail Dumagard, number 25, Reese Wallace, and number 42, Riley Moran. And for your Amityville Tide, the starters are Mariah Williams, number 2, Jada Chapman, number 3, Andrea Santos, number 22, Natalia Baptiste, number 24, and finally, Anaya Hampton, number 33.
So this is a game where Amityville is going to want to showcase the improvement they've made this season as they fell short to Islip, back in December. Let's see if they bounce back better.
And now we'll do our national anthem. That was our national anthem. As we get ready for our game, just a reminder, this is the Amityville Tide versus the Islip Buccaneers. This should be a really good one. Like we said, these two teams have faced off before this season already, where Islip got the win 62-35. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for the Tide to see if they can bounce back and maybe change the result of this game and not make it like the last one.
I think there's a couple of keys here. One is Amityville needs to get balanced scoring from their best players offensively. That includes Natalia Baptiste, Jada Chapman. You can mix Mariah Williams, who is getting the start today, and she's been getting stronger and stronger for this Tide team. But I think the X factor is really how much will Anaya Hampton be able to contribute offensively. We know how good she is on the glass, and can these players do it at the same time? It seems like one gets hot and everybody kind of stands around and lets them take over. If they can get that balanced scoring, Islip can score as well, but it can be a much closer game.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what Hampton can do this game. She does not quite have the size advantage as she usually does in these matchups, but I'm sure she'll still find a way to be effective as we get ready for tip-off. And it's going to be the Buccaneers winning the tip. Quick pass, and up with the layup is Dumagard. No good, but she's fouled by Chapman, so she will get free throws on the shot attempt. Dumagard is one of the leaders of this team for the Buccaneers, and she's committed to Virginia Tech for lacrosse as she misses the first free throw.
So an all-around athlete, and this is somebody that is coming off an 11-point game and can definitely put points on the board as she gets her first.
So 1-0 here, Islip on the board to start. and the Tide inbounding the ball. It'll be Williams bringing the ball past half court. Williams to Santos, back to Baptiste. Baptiste 3 on the left wing, no good. Rebounded by Hampton, out to Chapman. Chapman's mid-range jumper is good. So Chapman puts the Tide on the board, 2-1 here in this first quarter.
Great job. Hampton gets the rebound, kicks it out to an open Chapman who confidently sinks the jumper. That's what Amityville needs. Good ball movement and good job on the glass.
Dumagard gets it to Ryan. Ryan now to Wallace, top of the key. Free throw line, tangled up is Baptiste and Moran, and it's going to be Tide ball with that jump ball.
Baptiste good defensively. She saw that the ball was being held out there. Instead of swatting at it, risking the reach-in foul, she just puts her hand on it and holds on tight, gets the turnover.
Baptiste bringing the ball up, half court. Gets it to Chapman, free throw line. Chapman going to work, puts up the mid-range jumper. That's good. So Chapman's 2 for 2 today, and she puts the Tide up by 3 in this first quarter. And it'll be Dumagard driving. She gets it tipped, almost stolen, but recovered by Ryan, half court. Now far wing, Ryan picks up her dribble, gets it, swings it around to Moran. Moran's 3 is good. So tie game 4-4 here in the first quarter with 6:40 to play.
Good ball movement, good recovery, and Moran is not the person you want to leave wide open. We mentioned in the pregame, she is number 23 in Suffolk County in scoring right now.
Baptiste now on the far wing, dribbling with her left. Gets it, bounce pass to the low block. Hampton goes up with the shot, no good. It's rebounded by Islip, and it'll be Dumagard bringing the ball up again for the Islip Buccaneers. Left wing, it'll be Moran. Gets it back to Dumagard, top of the key. Quick pass to the elbow is Ryan, and they're going to call it travel. So a turnover there for the Buccaneers, and it'll be Tide ball with 6 minutes to play.
Yeah, Ryan was double teamed, and I have to say the Tide defense has been very good so far. Even on that last three-pointer, Nia Hampton getting out to try to make the block. It doesn't work, but the effort has been there.
Baptiste double here, and it's going to be tipped on the pass, recovered by Ryan. So it'll be Ryan bringing the ball up for the Islip Buccaneers. Quick pass to the corner, Moran passes up the shot, gets it back around to Dumagard. Now to the corner, far corner, a shot is no good by Wallace, and it'll be rebounded by the Tide. Williams bring the ball up, tries to make it past to Chapman, it's tipped, Chapman still gets it, but they're gonna say she stepped out of bounds, so it'll be Islip Buccaneers ball with 5:36 to play in this first quarter.
I love the defensive effort that we're seeing from the Tide. Every single play, they're all over it. They're contesting every single shot. And Williams there just calmly brought down that rebound. You can see that her experience and confidence has gone up throughout the season.
Definitely, as it's going to be Buccaneers playing catch, corner in the wing. A shot by Dumagard is no good. And the refs are going to blow the whistle. It'll be out of bounds. So it's going to be Buccaneers inbounding the ball. Last touch by the Tide. That's Moran inbounding now. To the corner. It's going to be Dumagard drives, puts up the shot, and it's good. So Dumagard puts the Buccaneers up by 2 here in this first quarter.
And for Dumagard, she was well guarded. She made a nice move, was able to drive to the basket strong and hit a tough shot.
Cross-court pass to Santos from Baptiste, no good, but it's going to be Hampton grabbing the rebound out of bounds, and it's going to be still the Tide ball, so Baptiste will be inbounding.
Baptiste, eyes of a quarterback there, seeing the whole court, great pass down low. Tide couldn't finish.
Gets it to Williams. Williams top of the key. Williams drives, puts it up with the right, just short. Rebounded by Hampton. She puts it back up, and that's good. So Hampton doing a good job getting second chance opportunities. It's 6-6 here with 4:50 to play in the first quarter.
So that ends the 5-0 run, and it's good to see her get on the score sheet early.
It'll be Dumagard with the ball. She shoots a long 3, just long, rebounded by Chapman, but she's tangled up with Ryan, and they're gonna call a foul on Ryan. So it'll be Tide ball still.
And that was a smart play by Chapman protecting that ball. You know, we see a lot of jump ball calls, with girls basketball, and that easily could have been one there. She prevented it, drew the foul.
Williams tries to get it to Baptiste, but it's touched out of bounds by Wallace.
Pressure in the backcourt for the first time today for the Buccaneers.
We'll see how the Tide manage this pressure. It's going to be a risky pass to Hampton, but she gets it. Tries to get it ahead to Baptiste. It's stolen. Islip now with the fast break. Dumagard up with the shot, but it's blocked by Hampton. So rejection by Hampton keeps the Buccaneers from scoring. Still all knotted up at 6 in the first quarter. And it's going to be inbounded, tipped by Williams, and stolen by Chapman. They're tied now with the fast break. Chapman bringing up the court. She gets it to Baptiste, right corner. Baptiste three-pointer is just off the mark, and it's going to hit the shot clock above the basket. So it'll be out of bounds, and it'll be Islip ball.
You know what I love about that previous play was, again, the effort down low, even after the missed shot, just, getting a chance to stop the Buccaneers.
As Dumagard puts up the quick three, no good. Rebounded by Baptiste. She almost loses it, but she recovers it. Baptiste now bring the ball up for the Tide. Fast break. She gets all the way to the rim. Goes up with the left. It's no good. So missed layup there. Rebounded by Ryan. And she makes a cross-court pass out of bounds, and it'll be Tide ball.
And I was going to say, the defense broke down a little bit, but Anaya Hampton came out of nowhere to swat that ball away before. And, you're seeing a little more athleticism out of her and her teammates, which is making a difference so far.
Hampton definitely plays a big role on this Tide team as Williams tries to get it in bounds. She does get it in, but it's going to now be out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. So the Buccaneers will inbound. Still 6-6, 3:50 to play in the first quarter as Dumagard gets it to Moran in the far corner. Moran now to Ryan. Ryan to Dumagard on the wing. Swinging around to Wallace. Wallace in the corner. Back to Ryan. And it's going to be a three from Dumagard. Bank three. It's good. That makes it 9-6 now. Islip in the lead with 3.5 to play.
Good ball movement by the Buccaneers.
Williams trying to get the pass to Hampton. She does, but it's going to be a foul called on Dumagard as she went for the ball. Hampton got hit in the mouth. So inbounding here will be Williams for the Tide.
Dumagard does have 6 points to start today. Last time these two teams met, she had 21.
And three is no good by Chapman. So it'll be rebounded by the Buccaneers, and Dumagard brings it up the court. Quick pass to Ryan. To Dumagard. Dumagard with the free lane. Misses the layup. It's rebounded. Put back up. No good by Moran. But Buccaneers get it back. Risky pass. Peyton intercepts it. It's going to be tipped away all the way into the backcourt. And it'll be Islip with the ball now. But fouled by Baptiste is Moran. So it's still Islip ball. And we saw great pressure there from the Tide defense.
Yeah, it's caused several turnovers. They have not given the Buccaneers many easy opportunities. They've had to earn their 9 points, but they have two players that are so good offensively, and Dumagard being one of them. Amityville needs to find a way to slow her down.
Near corner three from Moran, just short. Rebounded by Ryan. Back out, top of the key. Dumagard for three. That's good. So more points on the board for Dumagard, making it 12-6 here with 2.5 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Dumagard with a quick 9 here in the first quarter. 9 of the 12 points. The only other points coming from a three-pointer by Riley Moran. And as I mentioned before, Dumagard put up 21 back in December against Amityville. And, they've been playing pretty well, and Dumagard has been earning her baskets. But on that last play, a breakdown on the glass there, you can't allow those second chance opportunities, especially, Riley Moran's one of the taller players, so when she's putting up a shot from the outside and she's not down low, the Tide need to find a way to get that defensive board and not allow the second chance, because what happened on that play was the team collapsed defensively in the paint to try to pull down the rebound. When they didn't get it, the perimeter was left wide open, and that includes Dumagard, who is the last person on this team that you want to leave open beyond the arc. And she's shown you that today early. She's hit back-to-back three-pointers now. A quick 6-0 run, and actually right now Islip in the midst of an 11-2 run altogether. And it doesn't feel like it should be that way because Amityville has played well, but again, their offense has gone a little cold here. Chapman started off strong. Hampton, a good rebound and basket, but we haven't really seen that balance, and that's what Amityville's going to have to do to get back into this.
It's really their only choice as Williams inbounds the ball to Baptiste. She brings it past half court, almost loses it, gets to Chapman, near wing. Chapman going to work on her defender, drives, gets to the paint, goes up with the right, no good. It's going to be rebounded by Tierney, and it's going to be Moran now bringing the ball up the court for the Buccaneers. Dumagard for three from the wing again, no good. Rebounded, put back up, and it's good by Wallace. So Wallace gets on the board there with that put back as the Tide still face heavy pressure in their half of the court.
8-0 run right now for the Buccaneers.
Williams gets it to Peyton. Peyton in the corner, puts up her three. Air ball, rebounded by Moran. And the Buccaneers have the numbers. Moran going to work, gets it over to Wallace. Wallace puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Ryan, but it's blocked from behind. Players on the floor tangling up. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be the Tide ball. So 14-6 now in the first quarter, 1:42 to go.
Hampton back in the game, also entering the game, Shania Austin. Amityville has to be more consistent. That's what it is. They looked so good for the first half of the first quarter defensively. And just on that last possession, as also coming out of the game is Ryan and entering, looks like Tessa Smith. But even on that last play, there were 4 purple jerseys to pull down an offensive rebound with no white jerseys around. That is not going to get it done.
Chapman leading the charge. Pull up three. No good. It's going to be rebounded by Tierney, and cross-court pass from Dumagard gets it all the way around to Moran on the far corner. Dumagard, three from the wing, a deep three, no good. It's almost rebounded by Baptiste, but she's going to be fouled by number 10, Tessa Smith. So it'll be the Tide inbounding the ball again, and we'll see how they deal with this pressure, this full-court press from the Tide.
And that's the way you draw those fouls. You get in the right position to get those rebounds and get the fouls.
Williams bring the ball up. The press has been broken. Williams, Chapman, left wing, to Baptiste. Baptiste, around half court. Gets the screen from Hampton, pulls up for three. That's good. So Baptiste connects with her first three of the game, and that's going to make it 14-9 here. The Buccaneers in the lead. Quick pass to Moran. Moran, no good. It's stolen. Baptiste now has it. Baptiste going to work, driving, right wing, gets all the way to the paint, puts it up with the right. That's good. So back-to-back points for Baptiste. 14-11 here in the first quarter, 40 seconds to go. It'll be Moran. 36 seconds in the quarter. Gets to Dumagard. Dumagard around to Smith. Smith passing up with the shot is Wallace, and rebounded, kept alive by the Tide, and they're going to call a timeout. So Coach Perales-Holmes for the Tide calling a timeout there, noticing the situation, noticing that they had possession, but it looked like they were going to face heavy pressure with Williams having the ball on the floor. So with 26 seconds to go in the quarter, the Tide are going to need to find a way to get a quick basket to try to tie this game up.
Yeah, your best players have to be at their best when you need them the most, and this game was starting to have a feel of maybe getting out of hand early, but Baptiste putting the team on her back. 5 quick points to respond to that 8-0 run that the Buccaneers had, and just like that, Amityville now finds himself only trailing by 3, and with the shot clock turned off, I'm so sure Coach Perales-Holmes is probably discussing a game plan to try and get the last shot here, possibly even tie it up. What I would like to see more of, though, and we've seen this from a lot of Amityville opponents this year, pass, 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 shot. Whereas Amityville, you know, it's bring the ball up the court, shoot. This would be a good opportunity to try to move the ball around a little better and give themselves a better look.
And Baptiste is going to be called for the foul before the ball is even inbounded, so possession will change there, and it's now Islip ball as Dumagard inbounds.
So a quick shift potentially in momentum there is a turnover I'm sure Amityville would love to have back.
Dumagard now with the ball, taking her time, makes a pass over to Wallace. Wallace into Tierney. Tierney's up with the shot. It's going to be no good, but fouled by Williams. So 19 seconds to play here, and Tierney's going to be shooting free throws.
Smart foul by Williams. That's a play right there where she's lost position there. If you're going to foul, you have to make sure that she can't convert on the basket. But even still, you know, Amityville has to be strong on the glass here if she misses these shots to see if they can turn it around for a chance for one more offensive possession.
Tierney's first free throw off the back rim, then the front rim, and it goes in. Tierney had 9 points in Islip's last matchup against Hauppauge. Tierney's next shot is good. So with 19 seconds to play here, it's going to be 16-11, Buccaneers in the lead.
Alvarez and Montaña Zuno coming into the game here.
Williams looking for someone to inbound to, gets it to Baptiste. 18 seconds to go. Baptiste bringing up the court, gets it past half court. Right wing, Baptiste drives, gets all the way to the paint, goes up with the right. No good, in and out. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. Moran bringing up the court. 6 seconds to play. Moran coast to coast, gets it to Wallace. Wallace up with the shot, no good. Gonna be out of bounds and 0.8 seconds to play. It'll be the tied ball, and I don't know if they have enough time to get up the shot here. Williams gets it to Baptiste, and she's gonna let the time run out. So for the first quarter, it is 16-11, Buccaneers in the lead. What can the Tide do to bounce back? Find out in the second quarter.
December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living. During my road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
This is Jada Chapman. I am a guard for the Amityville Tide, and you are watching Tide Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network, as now we're going to have a story for our sideline reporter.
So as we saw in the first quarter, as I spoke to the first quarter, we saw how Anaya Hampton was doing a lot of assists to gain points. As earlier today, I spoke to Anaya Hampton if she's planning on playing basketball in college. She said, yeah, how she's been playing basketball since 3rd grade, and it's been in her family since then. Back to you.
Thank you for that insight. And the second quarter is now started. It's going to be Smith with the ball for the Buccaneers. They're up by 5. Smith to Moran. Moran back to Smith, playing catch here on the perimeter. Far corner, pump fake from Montaña, gets it to Smith, back to Montaña. No good on the shot, air ball, rebounded out to Moran. Moran's 3 is good. So a high arcing 3-pointer there from Moran gets the Buccaneers on the board first in the second quarter.
Yeah, I want to go back to that play before. We said Amityville could go for the last shot.
Almost out of bounds, and it is going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Baptiste.
And instead, Baptiste just took the ball up the court really quick and took it herself with 12 seconds left. They missed and transition other way. Opportunity for Islip to end the quarter. We just saw the same thing here. They're not getting that ball movement offensively like you see teams like Islip doing.
It's going to be Smith now with the ball, left wing. Smith going to work on Baptiste, gets the screen, goes with the pass, tries to get it to Wallace, but it's going to be a little bit too high, so a turnover there for the Buccaneers. It'll be tied ball, 7 minutes to play, and they're down by 8 here in the second quarter, and no full court pressure from the Buccaneers, so the Tide have a chance to really get their offense going here. Baptiste brings the ball past half court, gets the screen from Chapman and the screen from Hampton. Trying to go to work, it's tipped, stolen by the Buccaneers. Fast break for Smith. Smith all alone, nowhere near her, puts up the shot, that's good. So a turnover leads to fast break points for the Buccaneers as they're up by 10.
So this is critical point in the game right here. Biggest lead of the game for the Buccaneers. How is Amityville going to respond?
Pull-up jumper from the mid-range by Baptiste, no good from the left wing, rebounded by the Buccaneers.
And again, we're seeing that nobody else is getting involved offensively. It's whoever brings the ball up, quick shot, miss, turnover, back the other way.
Pump fake by Smith. Smith drives, goes up with the right, no good. Rebounded by Hampton. Hampton gets to Williams. So 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter as Williams is going to look to get something going. Williams drives, gets the ball to the corner, pass to Austin, but she cannot handle it, so it's going to be out of bounds, a turnover for the Tide, which is costly at this point in the game, especially when they're trying to erase this deficit.
The Islip in the midst of a 7-0 run going back to the end of the first quarter.
Smith, guarded by Chapman. And now ball's back to Smith, top of the key. Around to the left wing, it'll be Wallace for three. No good, but it's rebounded by the Buccaneers. That's Montano. Montano gets it around to Moran. Moran's jumper from the right wing's no good. Rebounded, though, by the Buccaneers. Tied up underneath is going to be Alvarez and Hampton, so it'll be tied ball. Still down by 10, 21-11, 5.5 to play in the second quarter.
So this is where they really need to respond. They've been given a couple of extra opportunities here. There hasn't been any scoring in the last couple of minutes, but the Tide need to start kicking into this lead.
Baptiste going to work on her defender, gets it to Hampton. Hampton low block up with the shot in the paint. It's good. So Hampton and her paint presence put the Tide on the board for the first time in this second quarter.
4 points for Hampton. That's what I think they want to see more of.
Pump fake three, swings it to Smith. Smith's shot from the left corner is no good. So it'll be tied ball as it goes out of bounds.
You know, Anaya Hampton right in Smith's face, really getting out from the paint to contest that shot. She didn't touch it at all, but just seeing the pressure coming at her, Smith was not able to get off a good shot as we get some substitutions out here for the Buccaneers.
Ryan inbounding the ball, bounce pass into the paint, gets it to Moran. Moran smokes the layup, put back up by Tierney off the rebound, and they're gonna call a foul on the Tide, so it'll be Tierney shooting free throws for the second time this game.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, you know, Anaya Hampton not used to having to battle out with somebody that's her size, and Jane Tierney's bigger than she is, and there you saw her strength as the first free throw doesn't fall. You know, she just boxed out everybody, and because she was able to get the third chance opportunity for the Buccaneers, ultimately Amityville commits the foul.
The fouls are going to be crucial to watch out for as Tierney connects with her second free throw. So 1 point there for the Buccaneers. Williams looking to inbound. Can't really find anyone. Does get it to Baptiste. Baptiste helps break the press. Goes coast to coast. And she's going to get called for the travel as she's unable to keep her pivot foot down. So it'll be a turnover again for the Tide. And Islip now bring the ball up 22-13.
And this is where Baptiste is, you know, to her credit, she's trying to put this team on her shoulders, but Chapman's a good player. Williams is a good player. I love that play down low to Hampton on the last possession. Spread it around.
Far corner, three-pointer from Moran, no good. Rebounded, put back up, again no good. Rebounded for the second time, put back up by Tierney, and that's going to be good. So 24-13, 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Baptiste surveying the defense, half court. Baptiste gets the screen from Hampton, right wing, drives, gets the elbow, shot fake, puts it up, in and out. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. Fast break for them now, and they're going to slow it down as the Tide have numbers. Tipped by Hampton at half court, but it'll be recovered by Moran. And stolen by Baptiste. Baptiste all alone. She's going to get the easy layup off of the turnover, making the lead for the Islip Buccaneers now down to 9. As quick passes gets the ball all the way to the left corner for the Buccaneers. Shot, no good. Rebounded by Tierney. Tierney out to Moran. Moran for three. That's good. So another three-pointer for the Tide. More points for Moran. 27-15 in the second quarter.
And that is the third three-pointer this game. She's been dominant beyond the arc here. She has 9 points, and again, she can do it. She's one of the top scorers in all of Suffolk. She has now 33 three-pointers on the season, coming in with 30. And, you know, the ball movement is what's allowing her to keep getting these open looks. And it would be interesting to see Amityville try to duplicate that with their offense on the other end.
Costly turnover there after the bucket by the Tide. And it was Buccaneers' ball, but it's stolen now by the Tide. Payton had it, gets it to Williams. Williams bringing the ball up, 3.5 to play here in the second quarter. Williams, right wing, going to work, gets it back to Baptiste. Baptiste on the perimeter, drives, step back three, no good. Rebounded by the Tide, and it'll be Dumagard bringing the ball up. Dumagard gets past Baptiste, almost loses it, recovers it, goes up with the right and one. So Dumagard, more points for her today, and she's gonna make it 29-15. Buccaneers up by 14 in this second quarter, 3 minutes to play.
Dumagard with 11 points now. That matches her total in Islip's last game against Hop.
No good on the shot attempt by Dumagard, and they get the rebound, Islip. Dumagard fighting for her on the floor, and they're going to call a travel as Dumagard tried to get up as she was on the floor with the ball. The Buccaneers head coach, Colin Smith, arguing that a timeout was called previous to the travel being committed, and it looks like the refs are going to say that was not the case, as the Tide are going to inbound. Williams inbounding, gets it into Chapman. Chapman, fast break, goes up with the left. That's good. So Chapman on the board here in this game. Again, makes it 29-17 for the Tide, or for the Buccaneers. Pass into the paint, fouled, or no, travel is called on Ryan, number 5 for the Buccaneers. So turnover, Tide ball.
So again, important opportunity. Let's see if they can continue to get other people involved. It's good to see the ball in the hands of Chapman.
Chapman bringing the ball up, making it all the way to the paint, goes coast to coast, up with the right, no good. Rebounded by Moran. Moran now with the ball. Top of the key, swings around to the right wing. Dumagard for 3. Just short, rebounded by the Buccaneers. That's going to be Ryan down low. Ryan brings it all the way back out to the perimeter. Dribbling with her left, 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Pass to Wallace, back out to Dumagard for 3. No good, rebounded, put back up by Tierney, and it's going to be good. So 31-17 here in the second quarter. 2 minutes to play as we get a timeout from Coach Perales Holmes of the Amityville Tide.
Yeah, I think she was a little upset there after there were 2 white jerseys, and yet, Grace Ryan still came down with the offensive board for the Buccaneers, and then they started swinging the ball around the perimeter, passing it around, and they kind of threw off the Amityville zone defense a little bit, where the girls weren't quite sure where to return to in their assignments because they were all out of position after not executing on the rebound. And I think, Coach Perales Holmes was trying to yell at her players to say, to rotate and get back in the right position. And ultimately, I think that confusion is what led to the, uncontested 2 points from right underneath the basket. I don't have time of possession in front of me. We don't have that stat here. But if I were to guess, I would say that the Buccaneers probably are beating Amityville in that department 2-1. And it's because they bring the ball up, they pass it around, they try to get the open look, whereas whoever crosses midcourt for Amityville, and I love the aggression, I love the fact that they're driving to the paint, but they're not hitting their shots. So they need to move the ball around and try to get more than one player hot at the same time.
Amityville needs to work together efficiently as a team if they want to have even a chance in this game, as Baptiste pump fake, gets the ball to Hampton. Hampton up with the shot in the paint, no good. She gets the rebound though, and she's tangled up underneath. And they're gonna say that she was fouled underneath by Ryan. So it'll be Baptiste inbounding the ball for the Tide. Baptiste gets to Hampton, back to Baptiste, quick corner 3. And that's gonna be no good, off the backboard, out of bounds. So 31-17, 1:46 to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, may have rushed that shot just a little bit. She didn't look down. They would have called that a 2. Her foot was definitely on the line, but a missed opportunity there for the Tide.
Tierney gets it to Dumagard, top of the key. Dumagard drives, goes up with the shot. A lot of contact, nothing called. Tierney gets the ball back, gets it around to Smith, or to Ryan, sorry. Now it's Moran, back to Ryan, top of the key. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Shot by Dumagard is no good. Shot clock resets. It's rebounded again. Another shot by Dumagard. That's good. So Dumagard connects from 3 again, as another timeout is called by Coach Perales Holmes. Probably frustrated that her team is not boxing out and allowing so many second chance opportunities.
Yeah, there were 3 white jerseys that were almost on the other end of the court before they had secured the ball, and when the Buccaneers were able to secure the ball for themselves, it was a 5-on-2. Again, if you count the amount of players that are touching the ball on every offensive possession for the Buccaneers, it's almost like 4 or 5 or 6, obviously, that's going around again, are getting their hands on the ball every single possession, and that ball movement is what's allowing for open looks. Amityville drives to the basket or takes the jumper, they need to get some better ball movement so that they can get some more open looks for themselves.
They do, as Chapman has the ball free throw line, hop step into the paint with a shot. It's good. So they're going to count it. And one opportunity here for Chapman. 19 points on the board for the Tide, 34 for the Buccaneers.
And that goes along with what I was just saying, right? Multiple Tide touched the ball on that possession, and it gave Chapman the look on the inside.
Chapman's free throw is no good. It's going to be rebounded by Smith. Fast break for the Buccaneers now. Smith is going to get it to Tierney. Back to Smith. And now Dumagard has it around half court. Dumagard is going to get it. Pump fake shot by Montano. Puts up the actual shot, no good, but it's back out to Moran for 3 on the left corner, and it's good. So 38 seconds to play here in the second quarter. 37-19, Buccaneers are up as Baptiste performs a spin move, gets past the defender, but she's heavily pressured, and they're gonna say that she was pushed out of bounds by Tessa Smith, number 10 on the Buccaneers. So 27 seconds to play here in the second quarter, as Williams now has the ball. Bounce pass to Hampton is stolen, and Dumagard now with the fast break, gonna take it coast to coast, go up with the shot, no good, but she is gonna be fouled. So Baptiste called for the foul, and with 18 seconds to go, Dumagard has a chance to put the Buccaneers up by 20 here in this first half.
Dumagard, 14 points so far on the day, and Moran with 12. Moran with 4 3-pointers. And that ball movement, she keeps getting open looks on the wing as the first free throw doesn't go for Dumagard. But those open looks, she's going to take advantage of. She's a sniper. She's one of the best shooters out there, and Amityville needs to do a better job contesting those shots.
Dumagard's second free throw is good as we get a substitution. It'll be Dromerhauser checking into the game for Smith. 18 seconds to play here in the second quarter, and Baptiste bringing the ball up for the Tide. The Tide have a chance to put up the last shot of the quarter here. They're down by 19. 10 seconds to go. Baptiste picks up her dribble, gets to Peyton. Peyton wide open on the right wing. Her 3, just short. Rebounded by Williams. 3 seconds. She gets it to Chapman. Chapman has to put it up. Just short. Rebounded by the Buccaneers, and that's going to do it for the first half. 38 for the Islip Buccaneers, 19 for the Amityville Tide so far in this game. Join us. Coming up next is our halftime presentation on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Hey, this is Sean Morash from WFAN. True Long Islanders know you're watching the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's the Tide Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium as we are at the half in a contest between the Amityville Tide and the Islip Buccaneers. 38-19. The Buccaneers slowly building on their lead throughout this game, and right now Amityville has their work cut out as they get set to come out in the second half. About 7 minutes away, but thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Make sure you follow us, like us, the whole works here. Tomorrow we'll be on the air with Senior Day for the boys basketball team. A really important game there, and of course the Amityville Tide girls basketball will be having their Senior Day this Saturday, and we will have coverage as well. Matt Grice along with Catherine and Melissa. And let's start to break this one down, certainly with the score 38-19, currently doubling up the Tide. This is not how Amityville envisioned it when they started this game today.
Right, at the beginning, first quarter and second quarter is when Amityville was taking a really slow time trying to get the points. We see that Islip was defending a lot by the basket. They kept trying to get the ball from Amityville, and then it was just a back and forth type that they were having.
I do want to add on to what Catherine. It felt like a slow game for Amityville. They didn't really start off strong as expected.
Right. Amityville kept trying to shoot, but Islip came, said no, and kept trying to get the ball back, and there was a lot of just going back and forth on trying to get a score up.
So let's break this down. The game starts out very quickly offensively, and it was Jada Chapman leading the charge as she had back-to-back points for Amityville, and they had an early lead in quarter number one. But then Islip goes on a 5-0 run led by their two prolific scorers in Riley Moran and, of course, Abby Dummergard. And they were really the stars of the show for the entire half for the Buccaneers. But one of the things that I liked early on was, and Coach Perhalis-Holmes talked about this in the coaches show before the game, she wanted to see max effort from her team. And defensively, she was getting that early on. The Buccaneers were earning the points that they were getting. They were not getting a lot of second chance opportunities. And the defense was smothering for Amityville, which takes a lot of effort to do that. And then about halfway through the first quarter, that started to disappear.
Right. We can see that Amityville was starting to let go of the ball, just trying to shoot and try to give it to their other teammates. But Islip would come and just grab the ball and start going to Amityville's basket and starting shooting three-pointers, shooting twos and ones.
As I'd like to add to Catherine that in the second quarter, we could see how furious Coach Morales was. She was trying to communicate with her team about positions of where to be and all that, as the team, Amityville, was lacking communication between her coach.
So after that 5-0 run where, again, I think they were hard-earned baskets by two prolific scorers for the Buccaneers, Anaya Hampton, a very good basket down low, and then that's where it started to fall apart. And the defense and the rebounding wasn't quite there the way that it was at the start of the game. Islip goes on an 8-0 run, back-to-back three-pointers by Dummergard, followed up by a field goal by Reese Wallace. So you can put that down in total as a 13-2 run, and that's where the Buccaneers started building their lead. But then Natalia Baptiste tried to take this game and put it on her shoulders as she hit a three-pointer and then came back with a field goal. A couple of free throws for the Buccaneers to end the first quarter. It was 16-11. So Amityville, they were right there. They were still within striking distance, only down by 5 points. But in the second quarter, things definitely did not go their way as the Buccaneers put on an offensive clinic.
Right, they started to defend a lot more as they saw that Amityville was slowly going down. they were slowing down, and seeing that Amityville is now struggling to get back and trying to put their name out there. And Islip is just continuing to like defense, always trying to see who has the ball, whoever has the ball in Amityville, just be there and try to steal it back.
I feel like that, as one out of Kathy, I feel like that Amityville started losing the defense with having less motivation as Islip was making free throws, three-pointers, and assists.
Amityville will get a basket, and then Islip will go on a 5-0 run. Then Amityville will get a basket, Islip will go on a 5-0 run. So slowly through the second quarter, Islip continued to build on their lead, and ultimately they've doubled up the Tide here at halftime. It's 38-19. Islip's already out on the court getting their warm-ups, and we're only 2 minutes away from the second half. Amityville is yet to come out yet. I would have to imagine that means that the coach is having a good talking to her team to try to get them refocused as they get set for the second half. But as we get set for the second half, what are your keys that you think we need to see if Amityville wants to try to come back in this one?
See, my keys would be Amityville continuing to try to communicate with the other teams and having that mentality of going back into the game, focusing on the game and not focusing on other things but the game. And see, even though Islip is up, they should just continue thinking that they are up too with Islip and continuing to score.
My keys is for Amityville to have the defense they had in first quarter and to have that consistency of defense throughout third and fourth quarter.
Well, we'll have to see if Amityville is able to do it. They're going to need the defense. They're going to need to cause some turnovers, and they're going to need to get a balanced offensive scoring attack. Can they do it? Can they come back? Right now they trail 38-19 at the half to the Islip Buccaneers. Third quarter action, Justice Right on the call right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
They said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping...
This is Andrea Santos, forward for the Amityville Tide, and you are watching Tide Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to our coverage of the Amityville Tide girls basketball game against the Islip Buccaneers on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, as this quarter's already started. And it'll be a quick bucket from the Buccaneers. And just to refresh on the scores, 40-19, the Buccaneers are up here in this game as the shot from Williams is no good. So Dumagard gets it to Tierney. Far corner, Moran for three, just short. Rebounded, tangled up is Baptiste, and Ryan jump ball is going to be called. So again, 40-19 here to start this third quarter, and 7:19 on the clock. Williams will be inbounding, and Baptiste bring the ball up.
Yeah, Baptiste had 7 points. Chapman had 8 points for leading scorers for Amityville in the first half. They're going to need to add to their tallies and get some more white jerseys involved.
Baptiste is double to half court, but she makes a nice pass to Hampton. Hampton in the lane is going to be fouled on the shot. So a chance for 3 points here for Hampton as she makes it down to a 19-point deficit for the Tide.
This is what they need, right? Opportunities with the clock stopped, try to eat into this lead that the Buccaneers have built up.
No good in the shot by Hampton, so only 2 points there. And it'll be Ryan now with the ball. Gets it over to Dumagard. Dumagard to Wallace. Wallace pump fakes, gets it back to Dumagard on the perimeter. Pass into the low block, shot out by Tierney, in and out, no good. And rebounded by Baptiste.
Tierney had a good look for that shot and didn't go.
Baptiste going coast to coast, goes up with the shot, and they're gonna call a foul on Baptiste. They're gonna say that it was an offensive foul on the shot attempt, charge, and it'll be Islip ball. Quick pass there, Dumagard to Tierney. Tierney into Wallace, free lane. She puts up the shot, it's good. So Wallace makes it 42-21 in this third quarter. Pass to Peyton, Peyton from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Wallace. And it'll be Dumagard now bringing the ball up. Dumagard going all the way coast to coast, but she loses the ball, and it's going to be tied with possession now. 6:16 to play in this third quarter.
And a good job getting back defensively by Amityville as Shania Austin comes in. Baptiste will take a seat. That was a great play on the play before for Wallace, who started off with a bang here in the second half for the Buccaneers. A designed play, wide open underneath for the easy basket.
Forward wing now, it's Williams. Gets it to Austin in the corner. Austin drives baseline, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Hampton. Up with that shot, she's going to be fouled as the shot attempt is no good. So Hampton will shoot free throws.
And I like this. This is what she needs. She needs to be aggressive down low. Hampton's able to get to the line again. Can she convert? First half, Hampton did have 4 points. She had 8 in the last contest, a loss at Hills West.
Hampton's first free throw is too strong, so off the back rim, it goes out.
Austin way in the backcourt, wanting to make sure that there is no chance for a fast break on a missed second shot.
Another free throw for Hampton is also no good. Rebounded by Chapman, though. She tries to go back up with it, and they're going to say that it was a jump ball on the shot attempt, and that'll make it Islip ball. So 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. 42-21. The Buccaneers have the lead. Dumagard bringing the ball up for the Buccaneers. She gets the pass, free throw line, Wallace into the paint, low block, puts up the shot, it's Tierney, no good. Rebounded by the Tide, it'll be Peyton. Peyton gets it to Chapman. She's heavily pressured, but she's gonna break that pressure and get the ball to Hampton. Hampton, low block, and she doesn't convert on the wide open layup. Rebounded now by the Buccaneers, and they're gonna look to push the pace.
Buccaneers putting pressure on the guards, leaving Hampton open. This time it seems like Amityville finding her down low.
Dumagard now gets the ball again to Wallace at the free throw line. Back out to Dumagard. Far wing, Dumagard gets past Austin, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Chapman. And Chapman now bringing the ball up for the Tide. 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Chapman going to work, coast to coast, goes up with the right in the paint, no good. Gets it back, goes up again, it's also no good. Players hit the deck. Hampton tries to put up the shot, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Buccaneers, it'll still be Tide ball.
You know, Jada Chapman, we've seen her grow over the last few years as a player, and you can see how much her confidence has improved as she, in the past, was really only comfortable shooting the ball when she got it open. Now she's driving and charging and really creating her own time and space.
Quick inbound jumper from Chapman, no good. Air ball is going to be collected by Moran and given to Dumagard to bring the ball up. Dumagard, pass, near wing, shot. That's going to be no good by Ryan, rebounded by Chapman. Chapman with the ball, getting heavily pressured by 2 defenders. Only purple jerseys around her. She gets a nice pass to Williams. Williams drives with the shot. She's going to be fouled and no good on the attempt. So she's going to hit the deck hard, but she does have an opportunity to still score here with free throws.
And we've seen Mariah Williams do this throughout the year, and I would like to see more of that. When she gets an opportunity to see some daylight and the lane opens up a little bit, she's very good at being aggressive and getting to the lane. Now she has to convert on her free attempts here. She doesn't miss the first one, but we've seen Hampton, we've seen Chapman, and we've seen Mariah Williams here early on. they need more. Now, obviously, they need to be able to finish. They haven't all been able to do that, but seeing more touches by different people is going to help this team.
Long on the second shot by Williams, so it'll be rebounded by the Buccaneers and given to Dumagard to bring the ball up the court. Dumagard driving, gets all the way to the paint, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to say it's on the floor, so no shot attempt, but inbounding will be the Buccaneers, and the foul is going to go to Peyton, number 1 for the Tide. Moran inbounding the ball for the Buccaneers, gets it to the corner. Tierney, Dumagard, cross-court pass to Wallace. Now Moran opens up for 3 from the far corner, no good. Rebounded by the Buccaneers, back out to Dumagard for 3 from the right wing, no good. Rebounded by Austin, pass ahead to Peyton, fast break now for the Tide. Peyton goes up with the right, no good. Rebounded by Chapman, put up, also no good. Chapman puts it up again though, and that one's gonna be good. So after 2 missed shots, Chapman finishes there to make it 42-23 for the Buccaneers.
I don't even know if that was Chapman. It seemed like they both, Peyton and Chapman, kind of pushed it at the same time, but we'll give it to Chapman. Good effort on the second and third chance opportunities.
It'll be Dumagard now, getting the ball to Ryan. Ryan, dribble handoff to Moran. Dumagard wide open on the wing for 3. No good, rebounded by Ryan. And second chance now for the Buccaneers. Ryan, far wing, gets the ball back to Moran. Almost stolen by Austin. Moran spins, drives, gets the elbow, picks up her dribble, has to put up the shot. No good off the side of the backboard. Rebounded though by the Buccaneers and blocked shot as Wallace tried to go up with it. Hampton with the block. So out of bounds, still Buccaneers ball, 42-23 here in this third quarter.
Hampton a couple of blocks tonight, not giving up on the play there. Great job defensively helping out too.
Driving is Dumagard, up with the right, no good. Rebounded by Hampton, fighting for the ball. Peyton with the ball. Austin's ahead of the pack. Pass to Austin is going to be too strong and too high. So turnover there. Opportunity for fast break points, but unable to convert is the Tide. And 3 minutes to play here in this third quarter, and the Tide are still down by almost 20 here.
Yeah, by the time Peyton realized that she had a wide open Austin down the court, she couldn't really hit her in stride anymore, as Austin had to slow down, and that threw off the timing of the pass, leading to the turnover.
Tipped out of bounds by Peyton. It'll still be Buccaneers ball. So heavy pressure there by Peyton. It's going to be Ryan inbounding the ball to Dumagard, top of the key, gets it around to the far corner is Moran. Back to Dumagard around midcourt. Gets it to Ryan, almost loses it. Ryan, dribble handoff of Moran. Moran pulls up for 3, 2 seconds on the shot clock, had to shoot it, no good. Rebounded though by Tierney. Tierney puts it back up, no good. And rebounded now by the Tide, so Williams will bring the ball up for the Tide.
Only 4 points in the third quarter for the Buccaneers up to this point, but Amityville unable to capitalize offensively.
Williams driving, tries to get the ball to Austin. It's going to be out of bounds, last touch by the Tide. So Buccaneers ball, and we get a substitution there, group substitution for the Buccaneers as we get, checking in is Smith, Montana, and it'll also be Alvarez checking in for the Buccaneers. 42-23, 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. It's going to be Smith with the ball. She gets it around to Dumagard. Dumagard, Alvarez in the corner. Alvarez heavily pressured by Austin, stolen by Chapman. Chapman with the fast break. She's ahead of everyone. Will she get the shot off? She won't. They're going to call a foul. They're going to say no shot attempt. So Chapman will actually be shooting free throws. They are going to call on the shot attempt. Looked like Chapman was unable to bring her hands up, but it'll be free throws, foul. It's going to be, they're in the bonus actually, so free throws no matter what on the foul.
Maybe not. So they were in the bonus a moment ago, and then they changed the scoreboard back. So I guess they will say she was in the act of shooting as she misses the first free throw. I didn't see that. I saw it look like the Minnesota Vikings defensive end's about to tackle her on the other end. But let's see if she can convert here.
The Tide have not been very successful in their free throws so far in this game, but Chapman does convert with that one. And that's going to lower the deficit to 18 now, 1:50 to play in this third quarter.
11 points now for Chapman.
Pass into Wallace. Wallace swings it around to Smith. Smith gets it around and out of bounds, turnover. A last touch by Alvarez for the Buccaneers. So tied ball, 1:40 to play here in this third quarter, tied down by 18.
Great ball movement again by the Buccaneers. Alvarez just couldn't handle the pass. She was wide open in the near corner. Another opportunity on the turnover for Amityville.
Williams with the ball, far wing, puts up her dribble. It's stolen by the Buccaneers. Dumagard, cross-court pass, gets it all the way to Smith. Smith goes up with the right, no good, but she's going to be fouled by Peyton on the shot, so free throws for the Buccaneers.
Good hustle by Peyton, getting back on that play and committing a hard foul. You don't want to allow the three-point play opportunity, and that was a 2-on-1 break, and the Buccaneers were flying down the court. So again, Peyton always brings that energy off the bench for the Tide, and she showed where her speed can come in handy there. Now it's up to the Buccaneers to try to break their scoring drought as the first free throw doesn't fall for Smith. It has been a very quiet, very, very quiet quarter number 3. It's only 4 points for the Buccaneers. Make that 5 as the second free throw does fall. And for Amityville, they only have 5 points.
So as Smith connects, it puts the Buccaneers back up by 19. Risky pass into Hampton on the elbow. She's going to get it back to Chapman. Chapman, fadeaway jumper from the mid-range, just short. Rebounded by Alvarez and given to Smith. Smith bring the ball to the court, guarded by Chapman. Quick pass to Wallace, gets it back to Smith, right wing. Alvarez almost loses the top of the key. And 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. It's going to be a corner 3 shot by Montano, and that's going to be good. So a 3 from the far corner makes it 46-24 here in this third quarter. Chapman bring the ball up for the Tide. Chapman, risky pass to Hampton. Hampton almost loses it, keeps it in bounds, but gives it right to the Buccaneers. Fast break now. Smith ahead of the pack, tries to get the ball over to Montano for the layup, but it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Great job breaking up the play there. 35 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
And that's why you always have that effort. You never give up on a play. Yes, it's a turnover, but because Williams gets back and is able to get that ball off her foot, she gives her team an opportunity to reset, as they don't seem to realize that the ball is going to be in the hands of the purple jerseys.
It'll be Bueller inbounding, gets it to Smith. Smith pump fakes, drives, goes up with the right, no good. And rebounded by Alvarez, but tied up underneath is Alvarez and Hampton, and it's going to be tied ball off of that jump ball. So 26 seconds to play here in this third quarter. The shot clock is turned off. What can the Tide do here with this final shot? Chapman going to work, gets the ball to Hampton. Hampton to Peyton. Peyton on the right wing, left wing. Gets it to Williams. Williams now going to work, drives, tries to get baseline, picks up her dribble, back out to Peyton on the wing. Peyton to Williams. Williams, corner 3, just long. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. 4 seconds to go. Fast break for the Buccaneers. They're going to have to put up a shot. Alvarez, last second buzzer beater is no good. So 46-24 here after the third quarter on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. And coming up next is coverage of our fourth quarter.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. This is my time. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Find your place in space. This is my time. Space for All.
This is Natalia Baptiste, point guard for the Amityville Tide, and you are watching Tide Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network for our coverage of the Amityville girls basketball game, Islip Buccaneers versus the Tide. And now we're going to turn to a sideline reporter for a quick story.
Today I spoke to Jada Chapman, and I asked her the same question I asked to Anaya Hampton is, are you going to play basketball in college? And she answered me with yes. As she started basketball in 7th grade, of course. She was one of the late ones, she said. But she enjoyed basketball every day since the beginning she started. And she wants to improve on herself more, even going into college. Back to you.
Thank you. So, 2 extremely committed players on the Tide looking to play basketball in college. As we get started with our fourth quarter, it's 46-24. The Islip Buccaneers are up, and it'll be the Buccaneers with possession first in this fourth quarter. the Tide have a huge deficit to try to erase here, and we'll see what they do to come out in this quarter and maybe change things up. So it'll be Montano with the ball. Now to Smith around half court. Smith dribble handoff to Bueller. Bueller dribble handoff to Montano. Montano looking to go to work. Tide in zone defense. Smith, top of the key, going to work on Baptiste. To Montano, back to Smith. Playing catching the perimeter of the Buccaneers. Smith drives, gets to the paint, puts up the shot, no good, but is fouled. So it'll be free throws for number 10, Tessa Smith.
You know, that was good on both sides. Great ball movement by the Buccaneers trying to get the open look, but an excellent job by the Tide switching in their assignments, communicating defensively, and making sure that they made the adjustments so that no one was left open. As the first free throw is banked in. Baptiste back out on the court, so we'll see if she and Chapman can get going offensively at the same time here, which is what this team's going to need if they want to try to come back.
Second free throw is good for Smith, and yeah, if they're going to want to come back, it's going to be very difficult, but they're definitely going to need to get hot. They're going to need to work together as a team, which is something that they've struggled with so far in this game and throughout the entirety of the season. So Baptiste now with the ball, surveying the defense, looking for an opening, try to go to work. She's going to use a screen from Hampton, pull up for three, Baptiste, that's good. So Baptiste gets on the board here quickly in this fourth quarter, and she's going to also get a steal, and no, it's going to be recovered by Smith. Smith has the ball right wing, pass to Alvarez, Alvarez in the elbow, tipped, and it's going to still be possession, Buccaneers. Smith, left wing, drives, gets it to Bueller. Bueller in the corner, 10 seconds on the shot clock, gets it to Montano, and Montano is going to lose the ball, and it's going to be kicked. But they're going to call a foul on the Tide.
Yeah, Baptiste well rested, spent most of the third quarter on the bench. She comes out, gets a good screen, and drains a three-pointer. She's now in double figures with 10 points on the day. Amityville's going to need some more quick scoring.
Zone defense again here from the Tide. Peyton and Baptiste up, pressuring the perimeter. Now Chapman and Baptiste doubling Smith. Smith gets around to the corner, near side corner. Shot from Dromerhauser is good. So a three-pointer makes it 51-27, 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Baptiste goes to work, spin move, picks up her dribble, shot long two, no good, just missed right. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. It'll be Montano now, bringing the ball up. Montano drives, gets the ball to Smith. Smith top of the key, her three. Bank is good. So another bank shot from Tessa Smith makes it 54-27 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 7 points for her now. 2 free throws and a three-pointer all banged off the backboard. Coaches won't tell you to do that, but whatever works.
And a quick three opportunity for Chapman, but she's going to airball it. So it'll be a turnover. Islip now with the ball.
I don't think Chapman realized how much time she had on that shot.
Quick pass into Alvarez. Alvarez in the paint, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Williams bring the ball up the court. She's going to be guarded by Bueller. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Baptiste. Baptiste perimeter drives, gets to the paint, and tries to kick it out to Peyton, but is fouled on the pass attempt. So it's going to be a foul on Montano for the Islip Buccaneers. Baptiste inbounding now.
Yeah, that possession all started because of the good defense on the other end, and Hampton getting back, making a good play, fast break for the Tide coming back. Let's see if they can convert that into some points.
Hampton, quick jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by the Buccaneers, but tipped, stolen by Baptiste. Baptiste tries to go up for it, loses it though, as it's stripped away. Now Smith with the ball. Smith makes it past two defenders, makes it past a third defender. Smith looking to go all the way, but she's gonna pull it back now. Heavily pressured by Baptiste, almost loses it. Gets it around to Dromerhauser. Dromerhauser guarded by Chapman. Chapman tries to go for the steal, doesn't get it. Dromerhauser drives, kicks it back out to Bueller. Now Smith, top of the key. Pump fake, drives, gets it around to Montano. Montano left corner, right corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock, has to throw up the shot. Air ball, rebounded by Williams. And no good on that shot, so the Tide looking to respond now. Baptiste with the ball. 4.5 to play here in this final quarter. Chapman has the ball right wing, drives, gets to the paint, goes up with the shot. That's good. So Jada Chapman back on the board here in this fourth quarter, and she makes it 54-29, Buccaneers in the lead. Dromerhauser dribbling past many Tide defenders, but gives it right to Hampton. Hampton cross-court pass to Baptiste. Baptiste catches it and puts up the shot in the paint, no good, but fouled. So chances for free throws as Baptiste is fouled on that shot.
You know, I think the Buccaneers are still playing a good game, but Amityville's playing much more like a cohesive unit. They're playing as a team, and you're seeing that. More touches by more players, more people getting involved. And even on that last score by Chapman, it started with a screen from Anaya Hampton coming out. So they're communicating. People are getting involved as the first free throw rims in for Baptiste. Baptiste with 11 points now on the day. But if this team wants to be successful moving forward, that's what they're going to have to do. They have some talent on this team. They have some weapons. They need to learn how to put it all together. And we're seeing more of that in the second half. The second free throw falls as well, which is why Islip hasn't been able to completely blow the doors off of from where this thing was at halftime. With that being said, Amityville still needs to find more consistency offensively.
They do as Mushenik checks in for Smith. And Dromerhauser now with the ball, left wing, gets it around to Alvarez. Alvarez passing the paint, and they're going to say a travel committed by Emma Bueller as she tried to go up for the shot. So a turnover, Tide ball, 4 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Baptiste bringing the ball up for the Tide. Around half court, gets it, bounce pass to the low block. Hampton spin move, goes up with the shot, no good. Rebounded by Dromerhauser for the Buccaneers. Dromerhauser with the fast break. The Buccaneers have numbers. She tries to get the pass to Bueller, but it's too high, out of bounds, and it's going to be Tide ball, 54-31 here in the fourth quarter, 3:49 to play.
You know, the effort's been pretty good. Amityville with a short bench today, only 2 players on their bench, so 7 players all together, and they've been hustling.
Chapman drives from the left wing, puts up the shot in the paint. It's good with the left, so that's going to cut the deficit to 21 here as the Buccaneers now have numbers. They get the pass around to Montaigne. Montaigne perimeter to Dromerhauser. Dromerhauser, top of the key, drives, gets to the paint, bounce pass to Bueller. Bueller puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Payton. Payton is going to maintain possession as Dromerhauser tried to strip it from her, but is unable to. So now Williams, far wing, gets it to Baptiste, also on the wing, no good. Rebounded by the Buccaneers. Dromerhauser heavily pressured, almost stolen by Chapman. She might need some help. She's going to make it past Chapman, makes it past Payton as well. Pass over to Alvarez. Alvarez mid-range jumper, air ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Tide, so Buccaneers inbounding the ball.
And Shania Austin coming back in this game as Payton gets a breather. Austin seeing a lot of minutes today. Again, shortened bench, so she's making the most of her time.
Quick 3 there from the Buccaneers. Knockdown. It's Montaigne connecting from deep. 57-33, 2:40 to go here in this fourth quarter.
6 points for Montaigne. That ends a 6-0 Amityville run.
As Baptiste gets fouled as she tries to Eurostep through the paint. So it'll be a foul on Dromerhauser. And we get a substitution. It'll be Ava Gomez checking into the game as Montaigne takes a seat.
Yeah, Coach Smith is doing a good job of allowing some of his bench players who probably don't see that many minutes to get some action here with the score kind of out of hand at this point in the game.
Hampton backs down her defender, puts up the shot in and out. Alvarez gets the board, and she's going to have to bring it up the court as Dromerhauser can't get open. It's stolen by Baptiste. Baptiste fighting for the ball. Alvarez on the floor. They both going to hit the deck, and they're going to say that a timeout was called by the Buccaneers. So 57-33 here in this fourth quarter, 2:28 to play. And this game may be out of reach, but it's still important to see how the Tide are going to continue to fight throughout the remainder of this game. It seems like as the game's gone on, the Tide have gotten better at everything that they struggled with earlier in the game, whether it's rebounding or trying to find a good shot opportunity. Defensively, they've been even better, forcing turnovers. But the first half scoring by the Buccaneers really put this game out of hand, And this is something that we saw in their last matchup, too. In the second quarter, in their last matchup, the Buccaneers scored 27 to Amityville 7. So being unable to stop the patient offense of the Buccaneers is something that the Tide have struggled with in both matchups, and it's part of the reason why in this matchup they're down by so much.
You have to be consistent. You have to be able to play a full game, and that one bad quarter has done in Amityville multiple times this year.
So a quick turnover there. A travel was called on Dromerhauser. She was trying to complain that Chapman fouled her, but the refs are going to say otherwise. So it'll be turnover. Williams inbounds the ball, gets it to Hampton. Hampton now to Chapman. Chapman's jumper is good, and I believe her foot was on the line, so that will be a two-pointer as the Buccaneers inbound the ball and bringing up the court. It'll be Gomez. Gomez has it stripped, got back by Austin. Austin's going to step out of bounds and travel. So turnover for the Tide. Again, 57 to 35 here, 2 minutes to play in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Chapman has 17 points to lead all scores for Amityville.
The Buccaneers inbounding the ball. It'll be half court. Foul by Baptiste. And it's going to be Islip ball still, as Baptiste has now fouled out of the game. So Santos will check in for the Tide. 2 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. It'll be Dromerhauser bringing the ball up for the Buccaneers. Dromerhauser guarded by Williams, gets the screen, gets it out to Gomez in the corner for three, off the backboard, rebounded by Williams. Williams surrounded by purple jerseys, gets it to Chapman. Chapman going to work, almost loses her dribble, does lose it, and Williams going to recover it, and a backcourt violation. So turnover will make it Islip ball, 1:39 to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Coach Prowlis Holmes was trying to give a sign that maybe she was pushed a little bit, but that was clean, no contact there. Williams unfortunately just lost the handle.
So it'll be Bueller now. Bueller gives it to Dromerhauser. Dromerhauser tries to drive, gets the pass into the lane. Bueller up with the shot, no good. Second chance opportunities, also no good. And tied up underneath is Montano and Chapman. So it'll be a jump ball, and it'll be tied ball. 1:23 to go here in this fourth quarter, 57 to 35. The Buccaneers are up. Chapman tries to get the ball to Hampton, does. Out to Austin. Austin's three from the wing, in and out. So rebounded by Dromerhauser, pass ahead to Bueller. Bueller guarded by two white jerseys. Around to Gomez. Gomez on the wing, gets it back to Dromerhauser. Around half court. Dromerhauser gets it back to Gomez. 55 seconds to go in this game. Gomez, top of the key, guarded by Chapman. Gets the screen, goes to her left, tries to go up into the lane, but a foul's going to be called. So it'll be Islip ball as they inbound. 46 seconds to play here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, trying to take it all the way to the car wash, but surrounded by four white jerseys there, and reaching foul called on the Tide.
Inbounded the ball, Gomez, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebounded by the Buccaneers, out of bounds. It'll be tied ball. So 39 seconds to play here, 57 to 35 in this fourth quarter. Chapman now looking to help the Tide get one more bucket before the end of this game. She's gonna shoot a quick pull-up three, just short. Rebounded by Dromerhauser, and pass ahead, out of bounds. So turnover, bad pass by Dromerhauser. 23 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. This game is gonna be over shortly, and for the Tide, they have to wonder, what does this mean for the rest of the season?
I think if they take what they did here in the second half and put it together for 4 quarters,
it could lead to success if that's the case. And Williams, no good on the three, but rebounded by Hampton, put back up. 8 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. 57 to 37. Buccaneers are up, and that's going to be your final score as the Buccaneers let the clock run out. So that's going to do it for the Amityville Tide versus the Islip Buccaneers girls basketball matchup. Final score 57-37. The Buccaneers with the win. And coming up next is our post-game presentation on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
They said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
This is Samantha Prowse-Holmes, the head coach of the Amityville girls basketball team, and you're watching the Tide Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium as this game has concluded between the Amityville Tide and the Islip Buccaneers. Amityville falls short by a final score of 57-37. Tale of two halves, really. You know, the first half ended with the Buccaneers doubling up Amityville 38-19, up by 19 points. Amityville ends up losing by 20, so only a 1-point difference in the second half. Adjustments were made in the first half, certainly at halftime. We'll talk about all that. But thank you so much for joining us here on the post-game show here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Matt Grice, Catherine, and Melissa. And let's break this one down. We'll start right off the bat at the beginning of the game. You know, in quarter number 1, things didn't go so well. Amityville got on the board pretty quickly. Jada Chapman, 4 quick points. It was a 4-1 lead for Amityville, but that would be a race soon after. They would never get that lead back.
Yeah, Islip had a 5-0 run, which they kept going, and then they also had another 8-0 run, and then Amityville went back, and they kept going back and forth, which making them having 11-16 in the first quarter.
I agree as well. I feel like in the first quarter, Amityville was keeping it with Islip and consistent with Islip.
So Amityville able to respond. Natalia Baptiste gets 5 quick points all herself, a 3-pointer, a field goal. And the first quarter ends where this game was definitely in reach. Amityville had started this game very strong defensively. Islip, once they went on those runs that you had mentioned, kind of figured out the formula a little bit there to break the defense that Amityville was showing. But it was 16-11 after quarter number 1. But in quarter number 2, that's when things really started to get away from Amityville, and they put themselves in a situation where they never really were able to look back.
Right, Islip was starting to have 5-0 runs back to back, and Amityville couldn't catch up. They started to get more tired as the game kept going, and they would get some points there, some other there, but they mostly couldn't get back to how they were in the beginning.
I agree with Catherine. I felt like Islip used that as their advantage because they saw how Amityville was trying to catch up with Islip, but you know, due to Islip having like more 5 free throws,
the second quarter is really what did them in. And as you guys said, it was Amityville scored a basket, 5-0 run. Amityville scores a basket, 5-0 run. And you can't trade, 5 for 2 every time and expect to come out. At the half, 38-19, Buccaneers on top. We mentioned during the halftime show the Buccaneers had come out. They were shooting around and warming up for the second half. Amityville did not come out until about a minute and a half left in the half, or in the halftime show. And to me, that says that Coach Perhalis-Holmes is probably having a very, very deep conversation with her girls. So the question was, how were they going to come out in the second half? Were they going to roll over, or were they going to respond? Were they going to come out and be more aggressive defensively, stronger on the glass, or would this turn into one of the worst blowouts of the season? And to their credit, they came out in the third quarter and did not allow the Buccaneers to run away.
Right, they kept going back and forth. Amityville shooting the most, and then the Islips came back and started shooting, and they had a 6-0 run overall in the third quarter.
Yes, in the third quarter, I saw how Coach Morales, probably her talk with the team probably made them realize how, like, why are we standing here? Why are we not doing what we usually do in practice and all that? And it probably hit to the team, Amityville's team, that, like, they have to lock in.
So Amityville defensively holds the Buccaneers to a total of 8 points in the third quarter, which is great. The problem was they just could not find their offensive game. Anaya Hamilton, a solid opportunity for a three-point play. She converts on the field goal, unable to hit the free throw. Chapman gets some points from the floor, gets to the free throw line, only hits 1 of 2. And that was it for Amityville. So really almost no scoring, but certainly the effort and adjustments were made that was necessary to try to keep them in this game. They just couldn't find their offensive spark. And with Natalia Baptiste in foul trouble, she spent most of the third quarter on the bench. She comes out for the fourth quarter, and again, to Amityville's credit, the Buccaneers, they go on a couple of 6-0 runs, but then Amityville finally able to put together their first big run of the game.
Right, in the fourth quarter, that's when they started to mostly work with each other. They started to see, like, why are we letting the Islip win and not us? This is their own gym. So they started to focus and started to defense, but as they try to keep going, it didn't work out as much how it should have since the third and the first and second quarter, because they're already now tired of just trying to get back on the board.
I agree as well. It's like so repetitive of how they did with the other previous games, that the strongest quarter they would have is the fourth quarter. But as we want to see more, of course, is like to have that consistency in the second, third quarter so that they're not burned out in the fourth quarter.
And to their credit, they were shorthanded today. They only had a 2-person bench, and in the fourth quarter, Natalia Baptiste would ultimately foul out. So at that point, literally they had 1 person remaining on the bench. So you did see the effort, I would say, for the first, third, and fourth quarters. You saw what this team could do. You guys mentioned it. More players were getting involved in the second half. They were passing the ball more. It seemed like on the offensive possessions, you saw different people taking shots. It just wasn't going in. And ultimately, the defense did what they had to do in the second half, and the offense just needs to get more consistent. And that'll come with confidence and experience, but I liked what I saw in the second half with the ball movement. But Amityville ultimately falls 57-37. Amityville falls to 1-14 overall and 0-13 in League 4 play. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers, they are trying to get themselves a potential home game in the postseason this year. They are 4th in the League 4 standings. They improved to 10-4 overall and 7-4 in League 4 play. So not the way Amityville wanted things to go, but there still is a season ahead and games that need to be won. What do you guys think moving forward?
I think that the girls should start focusing on what they do in practice. They should implement it to the game. If they're defensing really good in practice, they should defense really good in the actual games. If they're actually communicating in practice, they should do it in game, because everything that you do in practice should show in the games.
I agree as well. Also, more communication with the teammates and strategies of themselves as well, because not all the time that their coach are always gonna like yell out what positions to go in during the game.
The Amityville girls basketball team will be next in action this Saturday at 10 a.m. against West Islip, and it will be their senior day game. We will have coverage of the pregame show starting at 9:45. And of course, tomorrow, senior day for the boys basketball team. We'll have coverage at 4:15, tip-off at 4:30 as we feature our senior athletes. For Catherine and Melissa, I'm Matt Grice saying thanks for watching. Amityville falls 57-37 to the Buccaneers. Have a good night.
This has been a presentation of Tide Sports on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. For more information and upcoming broadcasts, visit the Amityville Broadcasting Network YouTube page. And thanks for watching.